99X, it is the Morning X, Barnes and Leslie. We, a few weeks ago, were talking about venues in Atlanta, and it was cool hearing everyone's take. We have so many great live music venues. One that was recurring that came up a lot was the Masquerade.
Heaven, hell, and purgatory, baby.
Who doesn't have a great memory of some show you saw at the Masquerade? Now, it was tragedy when the Masquerade left with all the development going on in that area, and they got out of that venue. Thought it'd be cool to reach out to Greg Greene, who has been there forever.
Yes.
At the Masquerade. He's the general manager, and just see what's going on. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing great. Great to hear y'all's voices.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Greg, it's so good to talk to you.
You have your hands on such an influential venue and historical venue over all the years, but some people may not know kind of this arc of the storyline of the Masquerade. Why did it leave officially that location?
Due to gentrification and redevelopment.
Okay.
We had owned the building for many years, sold it at some point, and then leased it back. And finally, development situations were such that the owners needed it back, and the lease was up.
So you were leasing. Okay, so you didn't own it could you have sold it for a ton more if you guys would have held on and not sold it originally?
No, I think we sold it at the right time and a good time for us financially, anyway.
I have to say that the Masquerade has stood the test of time. And what I didn't realize, kind of going through the history, Greg, I didn't realize it was home to the first ever Warped Tour. What year was that?
God, I'd have to look it up.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, it was bands like L7 and Quicksand and Orange 9mm.
I mean, when you think of the bands that have gone through there, Nirvana, Nine Inch Nails, Radiohead, Foo Fighters, Soundgarden, Fugazi.
Everybody.
Everyone, and even special shows that weren't supposed to be there, like these special one-off things. So the chapter closes on that. And had you guys already found your new spot at that point, or was there a dark period where you were down?
Well, no, we didn't miss any downtime. We had looked at probably what we considered every available property in the city that would fit, and had actually landed on a spot in West Midtown.
Oh.
And gone to the point of getting the architectural drawings done, having the lease ready and all that. And it was stopped by a residential home developer who, unbeknownst to everybody, had a bunch of property bought up around it for a residential community. And they didn't want a big music venue landed in the middle of what was about to be a neighborhood.
Oh, but that could have been cool, though, actually.
Yeah, it could have been. But when we found ourselves in that situation, the Underground Atlanta development was still owned by the city of Atlanta, and they invited us down and said, hey, we've got all this property and all these spaces. If you need a home temporarily while you find a permanent home, come check it out and see if it makes any sense for you.
So you got down there, Kenny's Alley, 2016, right, at Underground?
It was 2016. We had a big closing festival, the second Wrecking Ball at North Avenue in the old Fourth Ward Park, and then showed up about a month later, ready to go at Underground.
We're talking with Greg Greene. He is the general manager of Masquerade, which is here. In case you didn't know, it's still in action. I'm going to ask you a question that people in our demographic are thinking right now. Now, don't get mad at me, Greg Greene.
Uh-oh.
You are located in an area some would consider not to be safe in that area at Underground because of the history. What makes it different now, and how easy is it to go down to the Masquerade?
It is super easy and super safe. It was a perception that we were prepared to battle and did from when we showed up in 2016. But now, 7+ years later, I think we've proven that that was a misperception, or at least our presence has changed it. We're attached to a gigantic parking garage with a pedestrian bridge that walks right into the venue area, so there's plenty of safe parking. And we're kind of self-contained, enclosed in the Kenny's Alley area, so to speak. Everyone coming in passes through security, and It's a safe, fun environment.
That's good to know.
Yeah, you walk straight from a 6-level parking garage across the bridge and into Kenny's Alley.
Well, talk about this new venue. It's called Altar, like capacity of 250, which is perfect, especially for some of the things you guys used to do.
It was another space in the Kenny's Alley area. Way back, it was a Hooters.
Oh, I remember that.
Most recently.
Yeah, I remember that.
Most recently, it was a comedy club that opened about a year ago and made a run at it. The space became available, and I don't know if you're aware, but over the past few years, we've been doing so many shows around town, promoting them in other venues and other small venues like the Earl, Vinyl, 529.
So now you have your own
Aisle
room.
5. And now we've got, and that's just due to overflow, from all the potential concerts coming through town that want Masquerade involved.
Is it the same layout before? Do you have Heaven, Hell, and Purgatory also? Now you're adding Altar?
We are.
Because I'm not going to lie, I've not been down there yet. I want to see what's going on. I want to see it. I have not been down. I didn't know if you recreated the same rooms. Did you have that many rooms?
Instead of stacked on top of each other like we were on North Avenue, these are spaces that surround a common courtyard area. So you can come to any of the concerts in between sets, come out and mingle with your drinks under the sky in the courtyard.
I remember that whole courtyard area. One of my first gigs when I came to 99X, there was some restaurant there and we did a live broadcast, and I remember the vibe was really cool. The way it was all fed into that little area. Yeah,
same thing now. And the other big plus for Altar, given its history as a restaurant in previous incarnations, is a big kitchen comes along with it. And at present, when you come to a concert, there's nothing to eat.
Right.
There are no restaurant spaces. So now we're going to open that. We're going to have a food service window that serves out into the courtyard so that anyone coming to any of the events that may be going on a given evening have something to eat.
Nice.
It's really smart of you guys to do that.
Yeah, cool area.
So, Barnes, I have a little quiz for you.
What?
Do you remember the 99X Upstart Fest?
No.
At Masquerade?
I don't.
Okay, the Upstart Fest was... I know, Greg's laughing.
What year?
2004. And the bands were headlining The Killers,
Ooh.
Franz Ferdinand, Scissor Sisters, The Wigs. Huge lineup. And that was a blast. Just going down memory lane, Greg. We've done so much with you guys over the years.
Well, what's next? What shows are coming up at the Masquerade?
Oh, gosh.
Like, what big ones stand out? Like, what's something...
I'm a punk rock guy at heart. So coming up in about a month, we have The Descendants and Circle Jerks coming back. So that's a gigantic, old school throwback punk rock show.
Steve Craig will be there.
Been sold out forever.
Yeah, that'll be a nice quiet night.
Maybe I can invite both of you to come down that night and check it out as well.
They're going to do an acoustic set. I'm hearing. Not
trying to get them to do a 250 cap set in Altar the day before, but unlikely to happen.
Well, I can't wait to check it out, Greg. It sounds like you have a good environment set up. I was very curious to hear how it was doing and the hurdles you guys had to. I mean, you had to have, when they offered that to you, you had to step back and go, "This is a big decision."
We went into it with the thought that it would be temporary.
Oh, really?
That it would be a holdover until we found the real next thing, and the response was so positive that we stayed.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you down there soon. Masquerade General Manager Greg Greene, thank you very much.
Standing the test of time. Thank you.
Have a great day, guys. Wonderful talking to you.
You as well. This is the original. It's 99X.